My name is Oxlade. I'm the Labour candidate for the general election for Crawley. I was born at Crawley Hospital, lived in Crawley all my life, worked in Crawley all my life. I've been a county councillor for the last year. I've fought desperately to get better social care in for children in Crawley. I've been chair of the Three Bridges Forum, which is a big residents group for Three Bridges. And I've looked after the Mercury FM charity appeal for the last 15 years, which made a real difference in Crawley. At the moment, Crawley Hospital and the staff there do an amazing job. We've got dialysis back at Crawley Hospital. We've got also cancer services coming back, radiology, which is something I've been interested in. A&E and maternity needs to come back to Crawley. The urgent treatment centre at Crawley Hospital can deal with 95% of cases that normally go to accident and emergency. I'm worried about that 5%. Crawley Hospital's got a really long, complicated history. It's all to do with hospitals in Redhill, hospitals in Haywards Heath. Either or both of those hospitals have got to be downgraded before Crawley can become a full hospital. Public transport's a big issue. I think Fastway has been an amazing success for the town. It's one of the most successful bus routes in the country and it's been a great access point for Gatwick and from all the workers all over Crawley. I want to see much better train services. I think we need a brand new station at Gatwick to fulfil the demand over the next few years. We need a brand new train station at Three Bridges and that's like over 120 years old. Now, I love cycling. I used to cycle every Saturday morning to my Mercury on-air presenting shift, but it's become increasingly harder and harder with the massive potholes in cycle lanes. There's been no investment for over 10 years in any of the cycle routes in Crawley and they're falling apart. Funding for the arts should definitely not be cut. Crawley Borough Council keeps threatening to sell off the Horth and then it's not selling off the Horth, then it's putting it into a trust. What people forget is there's a whole community arts team behind the Horth. They go out into schools, they go out into libraries, they teach a whole load of community arts to the children and young people of Crawley. If the Horth goes, that will go. I want things that are much better for the community in Crawley, bring back the Crawley Carnival, have a big Crawley Day, pop in the park back, prom in the park back, all those kind of real sort of feel-good community events to be brought back together. There's nothing in Crawley for young people to do, especially the sort of 10-year-old to 15-year-old age bracket. I would love to see in Manor Roll a huge, great indoor centre of excellence for young people with indoor BMX track, roller rink, ice skating, the full lot, including sort of services for life skills as well. Now in Bubish there's some great community schemes. Residents are actually getting together and putting on youth clubs, they're putting on events, they're putting on things for young people to do. For people coming out of education, there needs to be much more support. I mean, Labour's done some fantastic stuff with like the Flying Start scheme for graduates. You know, more and more apprenticeships are coming online. No one wants to see graduates exploited. It's important that we actually invest in the future. They can be really useful, internships, you know, a lot of people that do them may feel used and a lot of companies may abuse them. There needs to be tighter control on how we actually give these out. One of my ideas is to get some of the big companies in Crawley like Talis and Virgin and Varian to actually take on graduates direct from Crawley and work with these people to build up their career prospects. There's been a drastic change in Bubish, particularly over the last 10 years. There was quite a high incidence of crime. You look at crime now, it's down across the town. In a year's time, I'd love to see lots of new initiatives to actually help kids, help families and bring them out of deprivation. Crawley homes for Crawley people, that's what's really important for me. I want to see a change to the succession rule, which basically kicks people out of council houses because of a rule from 1985. I want that updated, I want it changed for the 21st century. I want to see proper housing in Crawley, not crammed into people's gardens or any tiny bit of green space used up for affordable housing. There needs to be a proper, new, fresh approach to it to actually get Crawley homes for Crawley people. Now the economic downturn has affected me personally. I've got my own company who works in advertising and that's the first thing that goes into recession. Recently we've noticed actually quite a big upturn in business, especially the last 3 months, with actual clients coming back and spending again. I truly believe on the economy, Labour's got it right. I think there was a lot of investment, you know, whether or not you believe we should have propped up the banks. It's made interest rates low, it's kept inflation low, and it's actually stopped a lot of the problems that we had in the previous conservative recessions of the 90s and the 80s. If there's a hung parliament, I'd like to see, obviously I want to see a Labour majority, but if there is a hung parliament, then it's the Lib Dems that probably have the closest association with us. Regarding Israel and the West Bank and settlements, I think that Israel should be stopping the settlements. There's various initiatives going on to actually get everyone back around the table talking about the future of that whole region. The idea of the ceasefire was to bring everyone back around the table to actually sort out some kind of solution to the problem. Now Israel building the settlements It's just adding flames to the fire. I don't ever think we should have invaded Iraq. Afghanistan is a slightly different story with the drugs trade and also the terrorist threat there. What I want to see though is a timetable of our troops leaving Afghanistan as soon as we can. I remember being at school in 1988 when Section 28 came in, when you're not allowed to mention the word gay or homosexual in schools. And that's the kind of party that I would have absolutely nothing to do with. The Labour Party has done so much for gay rights, but there's so much more to do. The Labour Party brought in civil partnerships, which is a great thing. Now, I think there should be better pension rights as well for same-sex couples. I think there should be better benefit rights as well for same-sex couples. Labour also brought in the Equality Act, which I think is a vital piece of legislation. It basically gives the right for everyone to be treated the same. Now, I think it's vital to close the pay gap between men and women. Again, Labour, through legislation, have done a lot of this. They've put into place various laws that actually protect women's rights and also bring up the pay to equal of men. I firmly believe that education is the key to all the problems we have with teenage pregnancies, with STDs, and it needs to be a vital thing from when kids are 10. Now, whatever the facts you believe about climate change, it is happening. We know the planet is getting warmer. The big thing is to get the big countries to actually sign up to agreements to cut carbon emissions. At the moment, the two biggest players won't even go near some of the targets that the UK has set for itself. What I want to see is a lot of the big countries getting together and making a timetable for cutting emissions over a much shorter time period. I don't think there is anything terrible about Crawley at all. I wouldn't live here. I've worked here, born here, bred here, educated here. I love the town. But if there was things that could change, I'd love to see a green Manor Royal with low carbon companies coming in and investing in the town's future. For 38 years, I've been a Crawley boy. It's all about putting Crawley and its people first. I'd say to anyone, it's vital to go out and vote in this election, particularly in Crawley. It's a tiny majority. Now, more than ever before, your vote counts.